Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. We have an hour-long PTI tonight. Are you excited, Tony, to try something new?
I'm Tony Kornheiser. No. Wait. No.
Pretty definitive.
No, I don't want to do an hour. No, I don't want to.
Didn't we do an hour
I'm
like
so
in the old days?
I'm so old. No, we never did an hour.
But back in the Monday Night Football days?
2 hours?
I think we did.
No, you're the one who does hours.
Yeah,
No.
hours.
I don't do hours. I need naps.
Hours.
Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's hour-long special, we will dive into the NFL and welcome back Booger McFarland and Steve Young.
Yeah.
But we begin today with the opening game of the NFL season. Tonight's matchup of Dallas and Super Bowl champion Philadelphia in Philadelphia. The Eagles are the most highly favored team of the entire opening week schedule, 8.5 points over the Cowboys, who will, of course, be playing without Micah Parsons now. Wilbon, which team are you more intrigued with seeing tonight?
It's a trick question. Because one of them I don't give a damn about seeing. The Dallas Cowboys. That's just pumped up, falsely inflated hype. Starting at this network and extending out to all the networks and all the people and all the websites, and then websites anymore, and social media who just pump the Dallas Cowboys full of air for no reason. There's a championship team out there, and the Cowboys shouldn't even be the opponent. The Commanders ought to be the opponent tonight in Philadelphia, not the Cowboys, who, yes, I want to see what Dak Prescott looks like after coming off a season of a lot of injury time missed, but their most exciting player, they don't even have. The Cowboys don't have that guy. So I'm looking at a team that's going to get drubbed. I'm looking at a team I expect to get beat down tonight.
I'm going to disagree, and not because that's the format of the show. I'm going to honestly disagree. I am not the slightest bit intrigued with the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the Philadelphia Eagles. Right. They've gone to the Super Bowl 2 times in the last 3 years. Yeah. They won this past year. I want to get these notes correct. They've got 10 starters back on offense. You know what they did? And by the way, and they can use the tush push. It's still legal.
Yeah.
You know what they did to the Cowboys last year? They beat them 34-6 and 41-7, and that was when Dallas had you, boy. Okay? So I'm not.
So why do you want to see the other team?
I'm going to tell you exactly why.
Okay.
And I'm not intrigued with Dallas because they have lost Micah Parsons. You mentioned Dak Prescott. For me, it is Dak Prescott.
Okay, that's legit.
Dak Prescott last year missed 9 games, including the 2 Philadelphia Eagles games. We sit and we watch shows on this network that for years said, will Dak get his money? Yeah. Dak got his money.
He's got it.
Now I want to see if he's worth the money.
Okay.
I want to see that because I think he's the variable in this game. Do you know what his regular season record is?
It's
76 and 46.
Yeah, that's great.
He's 9-4 against the Eagles. So in fact, Mike, I am intrigued on that side of the ball.
Okay, I'm intrigued. I gave you Dak, but that's it. There's a whole team out there that has to deal with Saquon Barkley.
But a great quarterback can keep you in the game and win the game. They didn't have it last year.
Magic Bird, Jordan, LeBron, Kobe. I'm not going to make Dak Prescott that guy. But I don't think he can control the game against this championship team.
But if we're talking about being intrigued, I don't think Philadelphia, we know what they are. They're really good.
Wouldn't you like to see another really good proven team in there against them? Like your own Washington Commanders.
I am surprised with the matchup, but not really because it's a television show. And they
are bosses.
They are the biggest draw in the league.
And if you spend every single day, every show, except this one, pumping the Cowboys full of air, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Okay.
Let's put the Cowboys on because we've been pumping them up.
But again, Dak Prescott, that's new this year.
That's fair.
That's all I'm saying.
Dak.
Thank you.
Stay healthy for a while, Dak. Let's move to the big doings in the women's draw of the US Open.
I know that you love Osaka more than anyone else in tennis. Yeah. I should tell the people out there that I woke up this morning to a text that you sent to me after that match, which consisted of one word, Osaka, in capital letters and 4 exclamation points, right? And look,
that's true.
Look, if she had been actively playing regularly in the last 3 or 4
years, she'd have 5 more majors.
Because she's spectacular on hard court, and if she gets to a semi, she wins. If she gets to a final, she wins. That's not the biggest deal today. The biggest deal today is Anisimova. Anisimova did something that words maybe can't do justice to. It is the greatest turnaround that I think we have ever seen in any sport. Just in Wimbledon. She plays Swiatek in the final. She loses 6-love, a double bagel in 57 minutes.
She only won 24 points.
Yes, it's total destruction.
Yep.
And she cries afterwards, and we all cry with her.
Yeah.
So about a month later, the same opponent, ranked 2 in the world, she beats in straight sets. I think she might have been happy if she won 3 or 4 games. She won 12. She won 12 in New York. In the 12 games they played in Wimbledon, as you said, she only won 24 points. So this is an epic comeback, and she should be applauded. She should be carried around on a chair. That's how great it is.
The 2 most overused words in the whole language is sports, particularly. One of them is resilience. Culture is the other one, but resilience. This is resilience.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you've been beaten down. There's no teammates. You can't look around and blame the long snapper.
No.
It's just you. And she crushed you at Wimbledon. So I agree. I watching some of this it was really cool to see her come back. I found myself rooting for her to come back.
Do you know how she prepped for this?
Yeah, she watched it.
She watched it. She watched what she did to Swiatek.
Yeah.
You know, how's that for mental fortitude, Holmes?
Listen, again,
how's that?
Resilience. But let me just go back for a second to Osaka.
I know. That's fine.
Osaka can be the face of all tennis. Because while Sinner and Alcaraz beat each other's brains out all the time, it's not particularly... I love tennis. I played it. I love it. I love all of it. I don't care. I don't care about it. They just go back and forth until we get a third person in there. And I don't know if Felix from Canada is that guy, even though he's on the stage. Come on now. He's got an appealing story. All I'm saying is, Tony, Osaka has it such that I want to see the crowd's reaction to her the rest of the way. Because even though it says she's representing Japan, she's representing New York. And to see her mom there crying, the whole thing.
No, it's a great story. But what Anisimova did, is just remarkable.
Short term, she was a story. Great story.
Let's go to college football and 2 coaches who fell flat on their faces in week 1. Kalen DeBoer of Alabama and Bill Belichick of North Carolina. It's hard for me to say Bill Belichick of North Carolina without giggling. All right, Alabama plays Louisiana Monroe this Saturday, and North Carolina goes to Charlotte, which we have always known as UNC Charlotte. Both Alabama and Carolina should win laughingly, but Wilbon, which coach needs a big win more this weekend, DeBoer or Chapel Bill?
When you hear UNC Charlotte, don't you still think Cornbread Maxwell?
Yeah, I do.
I do too.
I do.
We're of a certain age.
I do.
An old age. Come on, it's DeBoer. Bill Belichick can lose. If Bill Belichick goes 0-12, he's still Bill freaking Belichick, okay? And his bust is in Canton, and nothing else that happens subsequently matters, even though it'd be embarrassment, and they fire him and they do whatever. DeBoer, if DeBoer loses this game,
he's not gonna lose this
Saturday night,
that's right.
The amount of texting going on among the Alabama boosters as they pass the hat to raise the money to fire him on Sunday would be amazing. That story, they're not going to lose, but it's still DeBoer.
Okay, you're 100% right. It's DeBoer. And let's go a little bit deeper into this DeBoer thing. They are a 36.5-point favorite against Louisiana Monroe, 36.5. And I tell you that there's not a number in the world that they could achieve in this game that would stop the people in Alabama from saying, we got to get rid of this guy.
That's right.
Right? And by the way, Louisiana Monroe, is that Marilyn Monroe, James Monroe, or Earl Monroe? You have to tell me.
Like Earl.
I'll give you a little fun fact, though. I was told today that Louisiana Monroe beat Nick Saban in his first year.
And nobody remembers that.
21-14 his first year. So if DeBoer wins that game, he's got one up on Saban. Look, I cannot argue with you that Belichick needs this more. And you're right. He could go 0-11, 0-12. I don't think he would be fired. He's totally safe. But can I step back a little bit in this regard? DeBoer, how many people in the country were familiar with DeBoer's work, let's say 3 or 4 years ago? The answer is nobody. The answer is nobody. All right, so he had a wonderful record at Sioux Falls. So what? Bill Belichick is the greatest coach who ever lived. And I would say to you, it may be more shocking what happened to Bill Belichick last week than what happened to Kalen DeBoer. Bill Belichick is the GOAT. Kalen DeBoer is another grazing animal. They are not the same. They are not.
But as you said, one has his job. It's in jeopardy. It is in jeopardy.
Right. Yes.
And I would say this to you. It wasn't more shocking. We don't attach whatever happens to North Carolina directly to Belichick forever and ever and ever. We don't. But if DeBoer, if you're the guy who tries to follow the guy, we talk about this all the time. You don't want to do this. Right. And if this game is close,
it's not going to be close.
They will want to.
Of course, but it's not.
But let me ask you this. Suppose Alabama's just not any damn good.
That's possible. Then he's out. Then they will go, they'll hold bake sales all throughout the state to raise money to get him out of there, to meet the numbers. It's $70 million. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. But I'm telling you,
that's called needing it more.
The historical perspective of Belichick losing like that after the 7-0 lead. I mean, they went right down the field.
Who wins by a bigger number? Which one of these guys wins? Who wins by a bigger number Saturday?
Oh, DeBoer. Come on now.
Listen,
come on. It's time for toss-up. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves, then struggles to finish this seemingly never-ending show.
Oh, stop.
What's first?
Toss-up. They play Sunday night. Would you rather have Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen?
Okay, this is the best game on the board.
It is.
This is the one everyone wants to see. This is the game that you look at, and you look at both teams, and you say, yeah, I could see them in the Super Bowl. And this is the game where you look at both quarterbacks, and you ask, what are they waiting for? They have both been MVPs. Lamar has been the MVP twice at this point. Lamar Jackson has been very disappointing in the playoffs. He's 3-5 in the playoffs. Josh Allen has been 7-6 in the playoffs and has been 2-0 against Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. This is not the playoffs.
No, not yet.
This is the regular season. And for all the kids out there who wonder who's good in the regular season, the answer is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson in the regular season is 70-24.
That's insane.
And he's 3-1 against Josh Allen in the regular season. Insane. All discussions are going to be framed over the fact that neither of these people has gone to the Super Bowl. But if you're asking me who I like in this game, because it's the regular season, even though they're on the road, I like Lamar Jackson.
I like Lamar Jackson as well. And talk about toss-up. You'll take either one.
Yes.
But I'm going to take Lamar Jackson in this circumstance. What did surprise me, Tony, was hearing recently, maybe as recently as this morning, that either whether they're the betting favorite or the Vegas favorite, these two are favored ahead of Philadelphia and Kansas City.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm not taking them.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm not taking them either. And I'll tell you what else I'm not hearing. I'm not hearing, and we kid because we love, any of the nonsense that I often hear on Get Up and First Take, that Caleb Williams is under the most pressure, Dak Prescott is no, they're not. The dudes who've been on deck for years with the bat in their hands and never get the turn and play, they're under the most pressure, period. Yeah. I don't even know if I can separate them in terms of Lamar from Josh, who's under individually the most, but I'm going to take Lamar Jackson in this game.
I'll just say this. The first week of the NFL schedule is as good as the first week of the college schedule.
Like
I mean, you're just going to sit there and watch.
Games.
You're going to sit there and watch. What's next?
Toss-up. They play on Sunday. Better NFC North team, the Lions or the Packers?
Okay, so the boomlet about the Packers, I think, is being stoked by the fact that they just got Micah Parsons. And there is a notion out there that you hear that Jordan Love is an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
So let's just look at what they've done. In the last 2 years, the Packers have been to the playoffs, and they have gone 1-2. The Lions have also been to the playoffs the last 2 years, and they have gone 2-2, which is a little bit better. In the last 2 regular seasons, the Packers have gone 20-14. The Lions, have gone 27-7, and that's a lot better. Now, I know they lost their coordinators, right? Ben Johnson, you're happy. Ben Johnson went to the Bears. Aaron Glenn went to the Jets. But they still have Dan Campbell, don't they?
Yeah.
So my position is that I think the Lions are a little bit better, but this is your division. Yeah. What do you think?
I've obsessed over all this for the last 6 weeks. And I can cheer for the Lions. I cheered for the Lions the last couple of years.
But not the Packers.
Never. I cannot. Nothing inside of me will allow for that. Right. And yet, I look at the Packers and think, before the trade, they were better. And Jordan Love, what is this, like his 5th season? Now, Jordan Love's been around for a while. He hasn't been great yet.
No.
So the leap that people who have him as preseason MVP, the leap they're expecting him to take is a pretty big one.
Yeah.
But the Packers seem to have everything. And now, the one thing you have to have, to me, particularly in that division, you have to have a Hall of Fame defensive player. The Packers have that now. They do.
Yes, in my
opinion. I think Michael's going to be better for the Packers than he was for in the circus of Dallas.
Isn't the kid returning to the Lions? Is he not one of those
They
potential?
have everything, but the brain drain to me is going to cost the Lions.
Yeah.
I don't know that you can lose those lieutenants. I know Dan Campbell is a player's coach, and
Seems
those guys follow him.
more successful than either of us thought he would be.
But you know what he did? It reminds me of Mike Ditka. He allowed his lieutenants to really coach that team. And I don't know how much he's going to miss from them being gone.
Carroll or Mike Vrabel?
Pete Carroll is a great coach. Pete Carroll has won a Super Bowl.
And should have won a second.
And he's won a national championship.
Should have won another one.
Right? He's done both of those things. And I expect him to be terrific. Pete Carroll, when he was with Seattle, I believe went to the playoffs 10 of his 14 years. That's impressive, 10 of 14. Not everybody can be Mike Tomlin and have a winning season all the time. Okay, so Pete Carroll is very impressive. But I have fears for the Raiders because of the division.
Yes.
They're in a division with Kansas City, with the Chargers, with Denver. Are they not all three playoff teams?
Yeah.
I think they are. So I have fears for that. Mike Vrabel, I thought, did a pretty good job at Tennessee, and he's an obvious local hero in New England. He was on 3 different Super Bowl championship teams there. People say that Drake May is going to be a very good quarterback.
There's a lot of slurpage of him, too.
But in that division, you have the Jets and the Dolphins. Those are beatable teams.
Yes.
And so I am going to say, in the short term, I'm going to say Vrabel.
I'm going to say Vrabel, too. And part of it's just looking at the division. And, you know, maybe one of those other teams in that division will be the team that flips it, and maybe it will be Vrabel in New England that flips it. I have higher hopes for Drake May than I have for J.J. McCarthy. Again, the slurpage of him having not taken a snap is absurd.
Yeah.
It's absurd. Like,
but Drake May played.
Drake May, you saw things at the end of the season that you have on film in the NFL that tell you that he can play, and Vrabel, I think, can get the most out of him. I don't want to doubt Pete Carroll, though. I just think the division is too hard because you got those teams you have to go against, and Denver is coming.
Have you seen the coaches in that division?
Yeah.
I mean, now Andy Reid has won Super Bowls. Sean Payton's won Super Bowls.
And Harbaugh.
Right, and Harbaugh has won national championship. Come on. Have you ever seen, well, the NFC East when we were younger? When we were
Jimmy
younger.
Johnson, Joe Gibbs, Bill Parcells, and who am I leaving
Buddy
out?
Ryan.
And Buddy Ryan.
Yeah. Okay. What's next?
Toss-up, they play Sunday. Which former overall #1 pick has more to prove this season? Bryce Young or Trevor Lawrence?
This is a no-doubt situation.
It is a no-doubt.
This is a no-doubt. It's Trevor Lawrence.
Yes.
Okay, there's just no question
Ding,
about
ding,
it.
ding.
When Trevor Lawrence came out of college, he was considered a can't-miss, almost transformational quarterback. And in fact, in his second year at Jacksonville, he went from 3-14 to 9-8. He got into the playoffs. He won a playoff game, and the trajectory appeared to be going straight up into the air.
Yep.
And since then, I'm pretty sure he's 10-16. And last year in the games that he played, he was 2-8. He had 11 touchdown passes and 7 interceptions, and the trajectory is flat now. It's flat. The other kid, it was unexpected that he was the overall #1 to begin with, and when he had a really bad start in his first year, people looked at him and said, see. So the recent mediocrity of Trevor Lawrence is stunning.
The answer is Trevor Lawrence. As you know, I thought that
Loved
Trevor
him.
Lawrence, as a freshman and sophomore, was the best quarterback I had ever
seen in college.
seen, even better than John Elway, who was truly, truly, truly great, but he was sort of 6 and 5-ish. Elway didn't have that kind of talent around him. Trevor Lawrence, my God, I just thought, okay, he's going to step in the league, and by the beginning of the third season, he's going to take off, and he's going to be out there with the elites, and he's not. Now, how much of that has to do, and I lived through this in Chicago with the last couple of quarterbacks, at least, with coaching. And so there's another new coach in Jacksonville.
There's a new coach.
Liam Cohen. There's another new coach there, and we don't know. I mean, don't they have to go somewhere else and let him start somewhere else if this doesn't work again? How long is the leash for Trevor Lawrence? Because he's the answer to this question.
He's 100% the answer to this question. He would be the answer against any other quarterback that you would name in the league.
Yeah.
Because of the way he came in.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Happy time, people. Happy 57th birthday, Mike Piazza. The Hall of Famer hit more home runs than any primary catcher ever. Piazza hit 427 home runs overall, and 396 of them while he was catching. Piazza hit at least 30 home runs in 9 different seasons, and twice had a personal best of 40 homers. Piazza's home run numbers take on relevance as Cal Raleigh continues to have the greatest home run season of any catcher ever. Raleigh's now sitting on 51 homers. Piazza was a 12-time All-Star, which is really something, considering he was drafted in the 62nd round of the 1988 draft, and Tommy Lasorda took him as a favor to his old pal, Piazza's father, Vince.
We talked yesterday, and you know more about this than I do because having followed these two franchises, about the Dodgers and Mets being the franchises of pitchers. He's the guy.
Yeah.
He's the exception.
That's right.
Mike Piazza. Fair, right?
That's totally
Great.
fair, but those are pitching franchises.
Yep.
Happy anniversary, Jerry Jones. On this day 13 years ago, the ever-visible Cowboys owner had his then son-in-law, Shai Anderson, clean his glasses for him during a Cowboys win over the Giants in the NFL's season opening game. Everyone remembers this video. Notice we said then son-in-law. That status has changed, and Anderson, who worked under Jerry in the organization, now has no role with the team. Jerry has to clean his own glasses, I guess. The Cowboys haven't been to the Super Bowl since January of 1996, and their playoff record in the last 10 seasons just 2-5. But honestly, Mike, do you know anyone having more fun than Jerry Jones?
You're not going to have any fun tonight.
Well, okay.
Because his team is going to get trampled.
Okay.
If you're Philadelphia, this is personal, it's professional, it's blood rival. If you're the Eagles and anything to do with Eagles Nation, you have to hate the Cowboys and want to crush them. What's Jerry going to say? Going to clean his glasses so he can see that better?
Got to see it. Got to see the crushing firsthand. Happy trails to Angel Reese. It appears the Chicago Sky star will be automatically suspended for Friday's game against the Fever after drawing her 8th technical foul of the season in last night's win over the Sun. After the game, she apologized for remarks she made to the Chicago Tribune that included this humdinger about next season. I'm quoting here. "I'm not settling for the same bleep we did this year. We have to get good players. We have to get great players. That's a non-negotiable for me. It's going to be very, very important this offseason to make sure we attract the best of the best because we can't settle for what we have this year," unquote. Ouch.
When you say something like that, just own it. Don't come back and say it was taken out of context. There's plenty of context. Angel Reese, and I follow this team, has had great games.
Yeah.
And I want her to be in Chicago and be the star of that franchise and let them put other players around her. She's right, but you can't say it that way.
How do you think her teammates feel today?
Bad, angry. And if you do say it, own it. Don't pass it off. Don't. Just own it.
One error. Earl Monroe was born in Philadelphia,
Oops.
not Louisiana. Wilbon got that wrong.
Oops. Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground where I spent most of my days.
I believe that's a song. Yeah, let's go to the big finish. Junior
Let's do it.
Caminero became the 4th youngest player to hit 40 home runs in a season. Are you impressed?
4th? Okay, odd Acuna Jr., and Eddie Matthews. That's a good list, but 4th? Matt Chapman of the Giants appealed his 1-game suspension. Got to play last night. That mattered, didn't it?
He hit 2 home runs.
Yeah.
So I would say that from a legal standpoint, he did the right thing. Your Cubs pulled rookie Kate Horton after 75 pitches, despite the fact he had a no-hitter through 5. Is that okay by you?
No, in real time, I was angry, and we lost the game, which made me angrier to the Braves. But
You
in a
angry?
blister a couple of games ago, and the Craig Counsell is saving him and setting this up
A
for the
blister
run
on
in the
his
playoffs.
thumb?
I'm trying here to be calm. US Open men's semis tomorrow. Who you got?
I know you think Djokovic has a real chance, and
do.
maybe he does, but I think you have to take Alcaraz at
do.
center.
I hear you.
Last one, Lynx-Aces tonight. Is that significant?
Yeah, because the Lynx just win every game. What are they, like 13 or something? At 12? I'll pick them to go to 13. The Lynx, come on now. You need to tune in.
We're out of time.
Gotta
We'll
get
try
you
and
a
do better the
second
next
team.
time. I'm Tony Kornheiser.
Good tennis on tonight, too. Women's series. I'm Mike Wilbon. We are off until Monday, knuckleheads. Now, your sports.
Get us off this show. Seriously, it's an hour.
Another hour.
Come
Maybe
on.
we're coming back.
Get us
You never
outta here.
know.
PTI.